What's good, everybody? It's been a while since I've done another video, but I have been getting DMs, I have been getting messages about certain subjects that people want me to talk about, literally on my point of view on it. So I want to appreciate everybody that has, been checking in on me and things like that or whatever. Greatly appreciate it. And to those who still support my podcast and everything, that actually watch the videos and pay attention to them, I greatly appreciate you for that. What I'm going to talk about today is love and relationship. Love is not just something you say, but it's something you do. It's a very much an action word, and if you say it and mean it, then your body has to show that. Mind, body, and soul. Now, mind you, God is love, and I know y'all have heard that before, because He really is love. He was the first to ever love us. Now, love is a beautiful thing when it's real. Love is what brought us into the world. And love never fails. It never does. But the generation has twisted and flipped the actual perception and principles of what love is. You can't have a relationship, a marriage, without love. You can't have a family without love, or create a family without love. Love is the reason we're here. Now, being in a relationship, love has to be involved. So with God being love, God has to be the center of the relationship. What the world needs more love each and every day. Love is patient, love is kind, love is not selfish, but love is everything. It's important. Only your heart knows, and only your spirit knows who you really love. But people love to put on so good. You can say you're heartless, you can say that you don't have feelings, but at the end of the day, as long as you have a beating heart, you're able to feel, you're able to love. And people tend to be picky about love, but love should also be unconditional. We have a lot of conditional lovers, conditional relationships, situationships. A situationship is not love. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear it. I don't know your situation. It's between you and God. And a lot of people say that love is compromise. Compromise doesn't mean change who you are. Compromise comes with agreeing to disagree, because you're not going to always agree on the same thing. Understand that a relationship is teamwork. It's not one-sided. It's both of you meeting in the middle. You're not going to always agree on everything. A relationship is the stepping stone to marriage. I tell people all the time, it's very important to take your time before making decisions about relationships and love and giving your heart to somebody. It's important to date. If you're single, it's important to date. Dating is collecting data. and you're looking over everything you collected, and you're making the decision, can I carry this? Can I deal with this? But people need to separate the whole thing. A lot of people don't necessarily separate the qualifications or the obligations between a relationship and a marriage, or even in situationships. I honestly don't think situationships are actual relationships. It is a bond between one or more person, but at the same time, it makes no sense, because what exactly is going on in the situation? Are y'all getting somewhere in the situation? That's why it's important that you are involving yourself with somebody that knows exactly what they want. When you agree to a relationship, that is a commitment that you have made between you and the other person. That, okay, I am entrusting you now with my heart, and you are entrusting me with yours. So it is my responsibility, because when you agree to a relationship, you're agreeing to the teamwork and working together in love. So that means it's both of your responsibilities to take care of the exchange of your heart. Once that trust is violated, it's like a balled up piece of paper. As much as you try to straighten it back out, it will never look the same as it did when you first started. And without trust, you really don't have a relationship. You don't have love either. There's levels to love. Just like I said, there were levels to healing in the last episode. There is levels to love. If you don't love yourself first, if you don't respect yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you do that for somebody else? People gotta understand, love is an emotion that should never be played with. Love can be dangerous, can be overrated, and it can be too much for people. Love is uncontrollable. It's an uncontrollable feeling. For as much as you try to control it, you can't. But what we can control, acting on that love or not. Relationships should never be easy. That should be one of the hardest, most difficult times of your love life. You come to still learn each other. And a lot of the times we get the expectations mixed up. And that just goes with the whole world. That goes with any kind of relationship. We put forever expectations on seasonal people and temporary people as well. People are going to do what they want to do. They're going to feel how they want to feel about people. It is their own prerogative, their own choice. Love is free. Love is freedom. Love is not supposed to be caged or hidden. You know, God never hides his love from us, if you really think about it. God never hides the fact that he loves all of us, because he shows us every single day. I can tell you on the phone every single day that I love you. If anything, you're going to feel it before I even say it. I don't have to tell you. And it happened one time. One person I was in relations with told me, you know, Nini, you don't have to tell me that you love me every day. And I said, why? And said, because I feel it. You show me every day. You show me when I wake up, in the middle of the day, when I'm on break, when I go to sleep, before I go out, before you show me first, always. And that's how love is. That's how it feels when you love someone. And I have very good examples before me that have taught me, what love is and how to love. So, love is being thoughtful of your partner everywhere you go. You don't leave them out. You never make your partner feel like they're alone in this. Because that's where interest starts to decrease. I used to feel like sometimes my love can be too much for people, to where they have reached being overwhelmed. And it can be overwhelming when it's really, really good, like when it's too good and you have all the attributes. It can be too much for some people who have never experienced that level of love. And when people are not ready to receive something, they're going to push it away, or when it's given, they give it back. And they leave. That's why in the last episode, I talked about healing, because you want to heal all the way so that you can receive the love that you really deserve. Everybody deserves love, real love, and a real relationship. Everyone deserves to be happy in their relationship, to where it proceeds on to a happy marriage. But see, the key to a happy marriage is you got through the relationship. Remember, I told you guys there is a process and there are levels to everything in this life. There is levels to a successful, healthy relationship. God is the number one key to it. The most imperative person that should be in the middle. Secondly, both of you should be equally yoked. There is a reason why the Bible speaks about being equally yoked with each other. That even goes with friendships. That's not just for relationships. Because the power of influence is so powerful. They could be influencing you and you don't even know it. Especially if you're not spiritually in tune. You won't be able to identify without spiritual discernment. And again, we're back on it. This is the 4th episode. God wants us all to have companions. He wants us all to experience love. And, God ordains marriage when it's the right marriage. It's important to be equally yoked, because you don't want to be with somebody who can't go to God on your behalf when you can't. You need your significant to pray for you, to cover you in prayer, because that also is an assurance of safety. Of course, people like to be reassured in a relationship because they have trust issues. I feel like we all have trust issues. It's not easy. And believe me, the more we look up, it becomes even harder and harder to do, to where you just don't want to do it at all. It's not as hard as people make it think. It's all according to your mindset. Remember, I told you guys, everything starts in the mind. How you think is literally how you live. Whether you acknowledge it or not, how you think about love is how you carry yourself. How you carry yourself shows how you love. A relationship cannot happen without love. There's many different types of relationships that this generation has become accustomed to. But it's so important that you know your worth. Know your worth. Not only in this world, but in the relationship. Your partner should already know that. Because all that comes after you see the truth in the person. Remember I said our spirits are our truth. It's who we are. It's who we really are. And because our spirits represent our true selves. Now, you are the only one who knows what you feel. Identify your emotions. Understand what they mean before you go spilling out to the one you actually like. I would say pray before you even get into a relationship. Sorry, I didn't mean to twitch. Pray before you get into a relationship. Pray before every date. You almost have to pray before you even get involved in things like this. Nowadays, it's more imperative now because the generation has changed things. And if you're confused about how someone really feels about you and their intentions with you, pray and spiritually discern. Why? Because God has all the answers. Please know who you are. Know who you are before you even involve yourself with another personality. And you have to ask yourself, am I ready? Am I capable to handle what comes with this person? If I were to put it in a good analogy, and I tell people this all the time, I don't know if you guys have seen those old cartoons where you got the robber in a jewelry store and you see all the jewels that are in these glasses. And mind you, back then they put diamonds on a pillow, right? The pillow is to help support them so they don't roll off or get all scratched up because they're on something that's soft, right? But it is very capable of holding. So my heart is like the pillow. Mind you, the diamond shape is the same shape as a heart, emoji shape. Mind you, that's not how the heart actually looks on the inside of us. It's a different shape. But if you look at the emojis in your phone, you see the heart emoji has a big, wide top and a pointy bottom. So does a diamond. Big top, pointy bottom. Both are heavy. They carry weight. Now, when you place the diamond on the pillow is there to support and keep it safe from being scratched or broken. Now, I did not say that the heart or the diamond won't pierce the pillow in some way. Because remember, that pointy part is landing. pointy part is landing on the pillow. So when you just drop it, it's gonna hurt. It may even make like a small hole. You might even have some stuffing come out. But guess what? You're still keeping the diamond safe. No matter what, you're supporting the diamond. Now, if you place that same diamond on a glass table, mind you, when you look at the glass table in jewelry stores, you see that on the top of it, it has no sort of support. It's very flat. There's no walls. So if it were to roll off, it's going to roll off on the floor and it's going to shatter. And you know what? Diamonds are the hardest to put back together. So is a broken heart. And you have to think, with this person giving me their heart, which one am I going to be to help them or support them, and vice versa? Am I going to be the pillow that's going to support them and make sure that they don't get scratched or broken? Or am I going to be the glass and just let them roll off and break apart? You got to understand, hearts are the most fragile organs in our bodies. They are the most fragile. Emotionally, mentally, and physically, and spiritually. All these things contain your heart and is connected. That's why I say your mind has to resonate with your heart. Because if these two don't agree, you will experience unstableness emotionally and mentally. Even though your mind tells your body what to do, your heart regulates your breathing, blood, and your emotions. You don't think to feel, you know to feel. It's automatic. Everything you look at, you're feeling something. Each person you look at, you're feeling something. Your emotions are automatic. Your brain is what helps deal with it. So that's why it's important to understand your emotions, because they are uncontrollable. They're going to come. But you got to think it through. You got to think about how you're going to deal with those emotions. Think about how you're going to deal with love. But I'll tell you this, if you come across somebody who genuinely loves you and cares so much about you and your well-being and your spirit, who you are, that cares and loves who you really are, hold on to them.